Hey, Robin. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Hey, Andrea. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. I wasn't going to do one, and then I decided I'm going to do a short one because on Thanksgiving, what I usually do is I would have a cup of coffee, I'd watch the Macy's Day Parade, and then my turkey would already be in the oven, and then I'd start doing my sides. But I would get on the phone and I would call people and I would just wish them a happy Thanksgiving and tell them how important they are in my life and thank them for being in my life. And that's what I would do. And that's what I will do after I do this. But I just wanted to thank you guys and thank you for being a part of my life because that's who you are. Hey, Donna. Working. Okay. Well, God bless you. And I hope that you get to spend some time with your family. And it was funny because I was laying in bed this morning. Good morning, Shelly. So I was laying in bed this morning and I was just saying, I'm gonna sleep in a little bit, just a little bit more. I'm not gonna do a broadcast. And the Lord started to remind me. He started to bring some stories back to my mind. And so, that's very sweet. Thank you. And so I just felt, okay, I'll go do this because a lot of people you're not able to be with your family. Some people can't get together. I have people who had to cancel trips because people got sick. People are scared. So it's kind of a sad time. So I just figured, I'm going to do something a little different. This is going to be a very different kind of. Oh, thank you, Shelly. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. Hey, Renee. Hey, Ron. Love you guys. So I thought that I'd share a story. It's a fun story. And just do this a little different. Sometimes there are things that we're thankful for. And Elvis, no. So he's upset because Cash took his bone. So, but no. And okay, so let me get into my message, which really isn't a message. It really isn't a message. So anyway, so there was a Thanksgiving that I had with my family. I was a kid, and what happened is I was young. My brother told the story, and I actually wrote about this story. But for Thanksgiving, my father's entire family would come. So his sister would come and she would bring her kids, and my grandmother was there, and there was always so many people who would come to Thanksgiving. Right? So my aunt's boyfriend, Jerry's passed, and he was he owned a garage, so he was always fixing cars and stuff. So my dad was having problems with his Cadillac. He was having some problems with his Cadillac, and so Jerry was outside, and he came up the driveway and he saw my dad, and my dad's like, I'm having some problems with my Cadillac. He goes, well, pop the hood. He goes, let's see what's going on. Now, we're in the midst of getting everything ready for Thanksgiving. And so I remember, because I would do a lot of stuff with my dad. So this is the first holiday that that I'm not going to be able to call my dad and wish him a happy Thanksgiving. And so it's interesting that God kind of brought this memory up. And so so my dad and Jerry, Uncle Jerry, they were outside and they were looking at the car. And I remember being outside with them because whenever my dad did I was always with my dad. I followed my dad. I was such a daddy's girl. I just followed my dad everywhere. So I remember being on the side, and I remember watching. And I remember that he said, "Why don't you go get some gasoline?" So, he's a mechanic. Okay, so my dad goes and he fills up a baby jar full of gasoline, and Jerry has his he has like this rag. So he opens up the carburetor, I think. I don't know anything about cars or anything, but he says, "Okay, go start it up." And he decides that he says, "I'm going to put a little bit of gasoline on the carburetor." And so he pours a little gasoline and he says to my dad, "Okay, Bill, start it up." So my dad starts it up. And I remember that a puff of smoke or fire comes out of the engine and catches the towel, which is in the jar with the gasoline, in Jerry's hand. And Jerry throws the gasoline onto the neighbor's lawn. And now the neighbor's lawn is on fire. Running inside, and I tell everybody that the house, the next door neighbors, their lawn is on fire. And so everybody runs outside. So the next door neighbors were not there. So everybody runs outside, and I remember my grandmother, she had these big boots on, and she's trying to stamp out the fire, and the fire is spreading, and everybody's stamping out the fire. And so my dad gets a hose, and we're trying to put the fire out. And thank God the neighbors were not there. And so what happens is hold on one second. Hey, Rob. Hold on. So anyway, so the neighbor is not there. So we're all stamping. We all have our boots on, and we're all trying to stamp out this fire. And we finally get the fire stamped out. We finally get the fire stamped out. And we look at the lawn, and the lawn is completely black. The lawn is completely black. Completely black. And we go, what do we do? Because they're going to know. The lawn is completely ruined. And so my mother, who's outside, she says, "Get leaves." So we start taking all of the leaves from our yard, and we start placing them and putting big piles of leaves on top of the next door neighbor's lawn to cover up the black. And we're covering up, and everybody's grabbing leaves, and we're putting it over and putting it on top of the lawn, covering up all the black. And I think now my mother was from Poland, and she was a farmer, and so we were able to get the fire out. We were able to cover the leaves. Thank goodness it took a couple days, but a big windstorm came and blew off all the leaves on the neighbor's lawn. And the neighbor said, "What do you think is wrong? What do you what is wrong with my lawn?" And I think my mother said, "Oh, the leaves killed the grass." And she believed my mom. She said the leaves must have killed the grass because it wasn't getting any sun. Oh my gosh. And so that was just one of the Thanksgiving. I was able to be in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and that was super fun. I had to get up at like, I don't know, I think we went into Brooklyn at like 3 a.m, and I was on the Willy Wonka's anniversary float, and the Della Reed float with us, and she was singing "A World of Pure Imagination," and we learned this like really simple dance. I was dressed like as an M&M, of course. So, so I'm dressed as an M&M, and but see, the thing is, I understand cameras, and I understand video, and I understand production. So when we got to the place where Della Reese was going to sing and they were going to play the music, we had a very short little, like, you kicked and you kicked, and then you turned slowly, and then you kicked and you kicked, and then you turned again, right? So you would kick, and then, turn to the right, and then you would kick and turn to the left. Really simple choreography. Well, because I knew about the cameras and I could tell which camera was live, when I turned so that I moved myself. I moved myself so that I was on camera the entire time. And so my family got to see me on the Macy's Day Parade, which is fun. But what are some of your memories? What are some of the things that you're thankful for? What are some of the memories that remind you of laughter and family and togetherness? What are some of the things that just make you smile? What are some of the events in your life that just say you're so thankful for? That's why I wanted to call it Thanks for the Memories, because the people in our life, they leave an impression on our heart. We're making memories every single day. We're making memories. We can make good memories, we can make bad memories, and some days it doesn't seem like we're making memories. But when it's the last time you see somebody, that's your memory of them. So what is your memory? What are some of the favorite things that you got to do? What was your favorite dish? What did your grandmother make? What did your grandfather do? Did you have a favorite aunt or an uncle? How about and I'm going to go one step further. When was the last time that you called a family member and just told them that you love them? When was the last time that you picked up the phone and you told somebody, you really mean something to me? Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for always being there. When was the last time that you decided, I'm going to put this argument to bed, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call somebody and I'm going to make amends on this Thanksgiving? What if you did that? What if today, in the midst of all the craziness, in the midst of not being able to be with those who we want to be with, what if today was a day that you could be thankful for what you have? When you sit down at the dinner table, go around the dinner table. I don't care if it's just two of you. Go around the dinner table and just say, what are you thankful for? What are the things that you're thankful for? What has God done in your life? Or what is God in the process of doing? See, Thanksgiving, I believe that Thanksgiving is a day that it was when our forefathers were thanking God for his faithfulness. That's what they were doing. It was basically what the Jews did when they would tabernacle, and they would be thankful for the things that God did. The first fruits offering, right? So that's what I believe Thanksgiving is. And I really believe that Thanksgiving, even though it's not in the Bible, I believe that Thanksgiving is really for God. And I will say this, when they started to open up stores on Thanksgiving, God was not happy about that. And he told me he was going to close the stores. He said that they are trying to take away what I have given. He says, and I will not let anyone take my glory. And he said, and because they have done this, because he showed me in a vision, because, there were so many stores that were open, and I saw people who were crying because they love Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was about family. It wasn't about presents. It wasn't about dressing up. It wasn't about anything like that, but it was about family. That's what Thanksgiving was about. So when you thought it, what are you thankful for? Put your heart into a place where you could just be thankful. Like I said, call up those family members or your sister or your brother. That's what I'm going to do too. And I haven't talked to my brother. It's been a couple of months because I just didn't want to get him upset. So, because we're on different sides of the political parties. But that doesn't mean I don't love him. I absolutely love him. In fact, after everything was said and done, the Lord told me to send him a note, so I did. So I'm just encouraging you on this Thanksgiving. Don't be sad, because it's not a day to be sad. It's a day to be thankful. It's a day to be thankful for what you have. It's a day to be thankful for the people that God has placed in your life. It's a day to be thankful for the food on your table and the roof over your head. It's a day to be thankful for the memories, your childhood memories. Yeah, but okay. But he is just sleeping, Robin. He just doesn't know. And that's okay. He thinks, there are so many people who they misunderstand because they've been listening to a false narrative. That's all. But it doesn't change he's your brother. And if you have Christ inside of you, and Christ says that we're supposed to forgive, that we're supposed to guard our heart, right? That it said that he says, how many times do I forgive? Well, we have to let people make their choices. Whether we agree with them or not, he's still your brother. And just wishing him a happy Thanksgiving. That's all. I just want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. I love you. I wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Sometimes that opens up a conversation. Sometimes that, yeah, exactly, Stephanie. They don't know what they're doing. They don't. Some of them really don't. They've been so mesmerized and they've been, given all this false information, and they just don't know. They just don't know. So what you can do is you can pray for him, but you can tell him that I love you. I've been thinking about you, wishing you a happy Thanksgiving. Just wanted to wish you a happy Thanksgiving, right? Contact those people. We just don't know. The one thing that I did that really, and I was talking to my girlfriend last night, and I was talking to her, and I said, you know what? Her name's Kathy. I said, you know what, Kath? I said, I know that I would have to do something so awful to you to make you ever walk away from me in my life. It would have to be something really, really awful, right? And I said, because you just wouldn't. And she's like, you're right. And I said, well, that's the same thing with God. It took me a while, but I started to understand that he's not going to leave me. And so I just had to come into a place where I understood that he's good. Good. Yay. There you go. Don't fight with them. Love them. Just a simple message. A simple conversation. One of the things my older brother, Rick, he's a musician, Hey, Miranda. Big pumpkin. Um, my older brother, Rick, he is a storyteller and he's a musician. And he had a really hard time with Father's Day because of the relationship he had with my father. But he wrote a song, he got healing, and my father and my brother had a very good relationship after that, for the most part. There were still wounds, there were still hurts, but they came to a place. We have a choice to come to a place. We have a chance that we can say, let's just forget about what has happened. Just know that I love you. I forgive you for what's happened, but just know that I love you. And I'm thankful for you. Today on Thanksgiving, yeah, I know, but just keep trying. Just keep loving. Just keep loving. Just keep loving. That's it. It's all you can do. Love endures all things. We need to learn that sometimes the more that we understand who God is and the more that we become more like Jesus, then those things don't offend us anymore. They just don't offend us. That's all. So you can become unoffendable. Things can like go down, fall off of your back. You know, what is it? Like water off of a duck's back. Well, yeah, that's a big thing, Stephanie. That's going to be a huge, huge thing. Yes, when they learn the truth, they're going to need us. That's so good. That's so good. And that is so true. Just love them. Always be open to them. So be thankful today. Remind yourself of the things that God has done. Have an awesome, awesome day. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm so thankful for you guys. Thank you so much for your support and your messages. You have no idea what they've meant to me. No idea. Every single one. I so value and I so appreciate. So God bless you guys. Enjoy your day. Go put on some music, dance and sing, cook your meal, eat your meal, watch movies that you love that make you happy, do things that make you feel grateful and thankful. It's as we put our hearts into a place of thankfulness that all those memories and all those good things are going to start flowing back up. So, hey, Darren. So, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. You guys are awesome. The best is yet to come. Come on. We should be thankful. General Flynn. Come on. General Flynn. It's starting. It's starting. Hey, Joe. It's starting. It's starting. I'm just going to say, I knew something was going to come. I knew something was going to come yesterday. And I do have a theory. I do have some theories on it. But I'm just very excited. I am very, very excited because I truly believe that there is something in the works, because everybody is saying it's going to be a glorious Christmas. And I've been saying that, right? I've been saying we're going to have a great Christmas. It's going to be a super, super Christmas. Yes. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. All right, guys. I'm going to go get some stuffing. Get some stuffing done. That's what I'm going to do. So make sure that you tune in to Greg Harvey. Yes, he does. Come on, Joe. He so knows where those bodies are buried. But I think it's even more. Yesterday was victorious. Oh, I do too, Stephanie. It was victorious. He knows where the bodies are buried. I'm telling you, everything shifted yesterday. Everything shifted. And we're going to have a glorious, glorious Christmas filled with music. I mean, thinking about it, I start to cry. I think about it and I start to cry. And I think I do too. I think that there's going to be a bunch of people who, yeah. So, and I do want to say one thing. I was talking about doing a Daddy's Girl in February. I think because of everything that has happened, we're going to move it, I think, to March, because I heard March in Texas. I heard that. And so I'm talking to some people, but I think it's going to be March in Texas. So anyway, all right, guys, my dogs are about to lose their mind. Yeah, there we go. So on that, God bless you. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Spend some time with your family. And if you can't be with them in person, call them. And if you have friends that are like family, who needs prayer? Yep. Yes, Shaw. We will keep you. We will keep you in prayer. All right, we're gonna pray. All right, let's go. We're gonna go pray. All right, guys. Get down. All right. God bless you guys, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.